What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 43 of my Total Warhammer 3 Vlad and Isabella Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Serena Catherine thought herself the opportunist, attacking Roderick Mighty Morphin as he lays siege to Prague and Throt the Unclean. Unfortunately for Serena Catherine, his army destroyed hers with not too many losses, and we are free to destroy Prague, or take it over rather, whenever we please. Of course, we want Aldous to be the one to do it, because he's going to be trying to get the buff from Throt, and we may even try to get the buff from Serena Catherine as well, but I'd rather not waste the turn here, so in that light, perhaps we wait until she gets back to her own territory or something like that. We'll see. So the first thing that we want to do here is abandon the siege. Unfortunate considering we built all these territories, but at the very least we did damage to this army. So, break siege right now. Alrighty, then, we still have plenty of movement remaining, and if we wanted to, we could go back and kill this little tiny army to try to help our allies, but not super necessary, I should say. And then, we're going to send Aldous this way. Like so. Close victory, you say? That sounds like we'll have to actually fight it, and unfortunately, because you have no monsters in your army, you actually will need to siege it for a turn. That's actually a little bit irritating, but, well, what can you do? Continue the siege. And what we'll want to do here is raise another Blood Knight at the very least. We're at 5 out of 6 now. Good. And just need the one more, as well as your Necromancer, Stefan Stahlberg, so you can move in here. Hopefully you don't get assassinated immediately. It wouldn't be the first time. And then the 6th Blood Knight and the other Necromancer will round out this army until we can replace the Corpse Carts with Mortis Engines. Would be nice to do it right now, but honestly, Mortis Engines are so damn expensive, so that perhaps we'll hold off on it for now. It's not like we really need to do so after all. Alrighty, otherwise I think this army is good to siege. Really too bad we can't immediately attack it. Oh well, not a big deal. This does, however, mean that we could send Roderick out to either destroy Martin here to protect our allies. We could, I do have to wonder if Throt were to attack us in the field. I mean, I'm willing to bet that that he'd try to go after Aldous if Roderick left, which is certainly an option. It'll mean a lot more damage for this army, but it'll also mean the Blood Knights will get to play, though we will have to be careful about the enemy Warp Lightning cannons, which are going to be very much a threat. You know, I gotta say, I'm sorely tempted. I am sorely tempted. Plus, it'll mean that Fortis Dross can't die. Though, on the other hand, we could try to go for Talika Slakta over here. And then after Volksgrad instead. And then I guess the question will be, wait, will you vassalize right now? No, you won't. No, you won't. We'll have to subjugate them. So we'll have to leave them one of these territories, either Yechich or Nevkazi. I guess the question will be which one is more valuable to the AI. Volksgrad, I think, is actually the most valuable because it has the Zargard building, which we actually want the AI to keep. It also, ironically, does not have walls. But I think we can't go around it, can we? Or maybe we can. Wait, Rod, let's try this. Let's just try this for a second. You're gonna go after this guy. And obviously auto-resolve this garbage. And then, it's a tiny, tiny bit of healing and basically no money. Okay, do this. And just out of curiosity, can you raise anything good here? Like more Blood Knights? Ah, damn. Just the one Blood Knight, although, wow. The number of Graveguard that we can raise here is quite nice, isn't it? We could have actually raised the Vargulf here and, oh, that's another option. A temporary Vargulf, it'll cost us 1,000 gold, but these guys have siege attackers, so we wouldn't have to wait the turn. Is 1,000 gold worth not wasting a turn? Honestly, I think it is. Temporary Vargulf, go. And we'll replace you with a Blood Knight when we're ready. Now, you're ready to attack it immediately. And Pyrrhic Victory by itself? If that's the case, here's the question. If you, well, you could go up the walls. And if we were going to ignore Volksgrad anyway, and it does seem that we can, maybe that's the better way to do it. Alright, fine, fine. We'll attack Throt here, but we'll use you as a reinforcement. Like so. And we'll give all this armor and all that sort of stuff at some point. I'll do it at some point, I swear. Not right now, though. Alrighty, in the meantime, Vlad, we'll do a little bit of admin and then we'll deal with that after. Vlad, head out to Krakadrak, please. It'll mean Sioktraken is vulnerable and will most likely fall, but we don't care. Pyrrhic victory? Nah, I don't think it matters. He's gonna heal to full anyway. He heals to full pretty much always. Actually, he's probably not gonna heal quite to full, but close enough that it won't matter. Giant Home Mountains, and yeah, this is really close to full. Who cares? And ooh, we actually got a high-level Grave Guardians here. You know, that's not bad. And that is not bad at all. Let's go immediately into Foster Terror, and we probably want to build at least a few things here. So first of all, definitely the Haunted Gem Mine, definitely walls, definitely a Balefire Brazier to increase the vampiric corruption here. And, oh, we probably would want the Awakened Battlefield here, actually, wouldn't we? You know, maybe we can wait on the... Well, the Balefire Brazier is actually cheap, but the Awakened Battlefield is quite expensive, so we should probably do it next turn. And honestly, maybe Grave Guardians wouldn't be all that useful here, as compared to Growth or something like that, but then again, the Growth probably won't... It's not like this place will ever be making money. At least not a lot of money. Once these two territories are gone, it won't matter. And I do think we want the Awakened Battlefield more than anything else. I'll think about whether we want to keep this or not, but I feel like we do. I feel like we do. We shall see. Okay, well, that's you, Vlad. Let's see who else needs to move before we attack. Waller, you are actually probably good for at least another turn or two. Yeah, you need to build some more towers. Yeah, you're fine, buddy, you're fine. Alrighty, so that's Waller. Bathilda. Oh, you've got a potential fight against Queek here. Yeah, you can do that in a second. Lots of fights. Maldwin, you are, I guess, headed to Karak Azur. I wasn't originally intending to send you out there, but, well, if you're here, you might as well get to it, before we temporarily delete you once more. Then, who else? Rudy, you... Oh, right, we have to make the decision. Do we send Rudy to Magritta? Or do we send him after Morger? The question here really is the likelihood of Morger attacking Rudy in the field high or low? And I would suggest that it's probably pretty low, as in it's unlikely that they do so. They will probably run from him rather than fight. I would think. Thus, we should... Oh, but he has a good trait, damn it. That's the thing that bothers me the most. We could try to risk it. We could try. And maybe Morger will go after him after all, instead of running away. Most likely, I'm willing to bet he's gonna go March Stance and then out here somewhere. But, well, if he does have a good trait, we probably should try to at least acquire it. Go here, and we'll see what he does. And I don't really care about losing Tobaro if the rats come a-callin' yet again. Hopefully Morger just straight up attacks Rudy. Especially as Rudy's still hurt from the last battle, so maybe he'd be willing. Who knows? We'll find out. Alrighty, so that's good. Pete, you have to go after Black Crag, but unfortunately it looks like you can't reach it this turn, so we'll switch it to Raiding Stance. And oh, would you even be able to reach it in Raiding Stance? It's quite the ways to go. I don't want to suffer too much attrition either, because we're surrounded by rats right now. We need 50% for this, right? Well, it's actually we need 50 points, not 50%. Let's send you here. Exactly 50. And if we can raid, we'll raid. And if we can't, well, we can't. No, we're good to raid. Alrighty. Like so. We're winded, but I actually think these rats might not be able to reach us. Also, why are you suffering attrition? Because desert? Barren wasteland, okay. Alrighty, well that looks good. As Ziltathios, you're actually in a similar sort of position in raiding stance, so I am curious, would you still heal in Ekron territory? Not as much. You know what? Stay in raiding, but raid our own territory. And just to heal up a little bit. It'll hurt, but well, it's not gonna matter that much, because we don't really care about the territory. Okie dokie. Stefan... Yos, what do we do with you? Oh, damn, I just thought of something. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, I'm so stupid. Wait. We could attack you. We could attack you. I had not thought of that. Because I'm, again, stupid. Huh. Alright, now you're in range. He's going to run, that's for sure, but we might still be able to reach him. That'll be amazing. And he's not even gonna run. Oh, that's shocking. That is real shocking. Okie dokie, well, looks like we have a battle, folks, so let's get to it cinematically. No speech from you today, you're just enjoying this flowery little, I don't know what to call this. Wood. It's not really a wood, is it? I mean, it is a small wood, I guess. Well, whatever. And, oh, there's a little cliff here as well. I just wanted to take a quick look at the map, as I usually do. Anyway, here we go, Morger, the Shadow Gave, and we got 2 armies on the field. On top of that, Morger is unfortunately going to be essentially pincered by virtue of the fact that our zombies, our vanguard deployed to distract his army, while our second army is going to hit him from the back, which is really going to be quite effective here. On top of that, since this is Morger, this should make the Wood Elves pretty happy with us. You know, I would think that all the Wood Elves should automatically be at war with Morger, shouldn't they? I don't know if they actually are, but I mean, I guess it is supposed to be a sandbox, so maybe they don't try to pigeonhole things like that, but they should, in theory, always be at war with Morger. But anyway, here we go. The zombies are in to distract the enemy forces, and it's going to take quite a while for them, and by them I mean the enemy, to bring said zombies down. They do have quite a few of those chaos spawn, and I do believe Morger can spawn one with his ability. Are these just called Spawn of Chaos, or no, yeah, just Chaos Spawn? Do these models look slightly different from the regular Chaos Spawn? I'm just wondering whether they're slightly more Beastmen-like or not. As in, is this clearly a Chaos Spawn that evolved, changed, whatever, from a Beastman? Yeah, so you can see these ones have horns. Unless it could be, I mean, I guess it could be a rat or something in there. But yeah, that looks pretty Beastman-y. I gotta compare these to the regular Chaos Spawn, just out of curiosity. Maybe they are the same and maybe they're not, but, Well, the Giant, I believe, is certainly different. The Beastman Giant, as compared to the regular Chaos Giant, in fact, completely different. And it does have horns as well. Would have been nice to see a Jabberslith or something like that in this army, but I'm sure we'll see it in, well, in the late game. We're still only in the mid game so far. Anyway, just waiting for a little while. Rudy's arrived on the field and hovering overhead and watching the fun. Now he's going to land and start annoying enemy Minotaurs, as well as summoning more zombies onto the field. And, ooh, a Wind of Death going through the enemy. There we go. That should have done quite a lot of damage. In fact, as we can see, all these poor Gores and Ungores are basically out. And here comes the rest of Rudy's army, moving downhill to get the enemy while they are distracted. Ah, I love the way that the units float together like this. There we go. Here they come. Almost feel a little bit bad for the Beastmen. Though once again, I gotta appreciate the fact that the enemy didn't just run away, but decided to stay and fight. It looks like Rudy's gonna go after the Giant, because, well, to be fair, we don't have a lot of things that would be super effective at fighting the Giant. And now the entire enemy army is basically surrounded completely. This is going horribly for them, and while I'm sure that we will lose some zombies, well, who cares? They're zombies. And there we go. Lots of enemy units are either shattered, terrified, or routing. Looks like the Feral Manticore over on this side has got caught and killed, essentially, by the Hex Wraiths and Chillgeists, and those guys will be working on other units afterwards. We don't even need a few units in our army, because we already have too many working on everything here. Though I guess it'll take decent amounts of time to actually bring down those Chaos Spawn, as there are a fair few of them, and they are unbreakable after all. Though a lot of the damage that's coming from them is going to be wasted on the zombies. Now see, this, once again, it feels right. It always feels right when you bring a second army that's just full of zombies. This is what the undead should always feel like. And which is why I will continue saying that the devs need to add a wall-like mechanic, but for zombies, for the vampire counts. You should always have piles and piles of zombies, and yes, you can achieve it with necromancers, but especially now that the summoned units just disappear, there's a severe limit on the amount of zombies you can get as well. At the very least, they should be upgradable to not disappear or something in the campaign. I mean, look at that. This is the undead. This is zombie pile, zombie tide. And I do like the fact that we've been using more of these sort of tactics, and now that we have a few more of these just, you know, zombie pile armies. Certainly works. And when armies are working in concert, obviously. Giant, unfortunately, still alive. I don't even know where Malagor is. He's somewhere, Morger, rather. He's in here somewhere. There he is. Rudy decided to go after him, and honestly, I guess he doesn't have a lot of mass, and therefore he's gonna have a lot of difficulty standing up to a zombie dragon. And even if he didn't, it wouldn't really matter because the army has basically been already completely obliterated. There's a couple of units that remain. There's a unit of Centaurs with great weapons here, and I think a couple of the spawn are just barely alive. The giant's about to go down, but I imagine that once everything is gone, that Morger is gonna fall as well. I don't believe he's unbreakable. Unless I'm mistaken. Which I guess we'll find out shortly. Alrighty, giant's about to fall. And there we go, buddy. Probably gonna crush a few zombies as you fall, but that's okay. And the pile of the dead will continue moving uphill to find anything else, but it doesn't matter. It looks like Morger is just about to chain route with the rest of his army. Beautiful. Alrighty. Well, that turned out to be pretty decently easy. Gonna have the chill guys chase down a few of those Razor Gore chariots, Tuskgore chariots rather. I should have actually checked to see whether those were Tuskgores. Alrighty, and Chillgeist, you're running up ahead of these guys, but you know what, it doesn't matter. And just give chase. We're going to kill everything we can, but we're going to completely ignore Morger. We actually want him to stay alive so that we can potentially get another defeat trait from him in the same way that we've been sort of doing with Throt, though that was really more Throt coming back and a couple of times at least, so sort of same thing. Anyway, decently easy battle, and now we're free to destroy the Skaven. Alright, not bad at all. That was most of what we wanted out of that particular battle, and on top of that, we got ourselves a Black Periapt as a reward. One of the better rewards that we can get altogether. I'm very happy for our army, though I'm not entirely sure whether we'll be keeping the Black Periapt in this army in particular. It'll always have a good place. Now, we will want to... heal or money? Heal or money? The thing is, we may have to fight Skaven shortly, but we'll probably still be in our own territory, so it may not matter or change all that much. As in whether we bother to heal or not. But if we end up fighting them this turn, we'll end up needing the heal, so yeah, let's get the heal. Alrighty, now out of curiosity, is Morger the one that I was thinking of? Yes, missile resistance 15%. Yeah, okay, so we really want to get that for Rudy here. Damn, too bad that this guy is here. We'll want to try to be able to catch him with Rudy. I'm not sure that we can, unfortunately, but we definitely gotta give it a try. So let's go here, and let's hope that wherever he runs, it's not far enough. He'll most likely march stance, which will probably take him too far away. And we get another student out of it as well. Black Periapt, Nightmare for Wilhelm von Messinghoff. That is who? That's one of these guys, isn't it? Either way, you want to get yourself a student. Alright, everybody's getting students. Good, good, good. Lovely. I would destroy Morger, but I'd rather him be alive, because if he has one territory, right, we'd rather destroy him again, if possible, and get the defeat trait on Rudy as well. Really unfortunate that only one character can get a defeat trait. And also, I just realized that you're in March stance, which ain't so great for you. Perhaps we capitalize on this as well. Yeah, you know what? I think we do. Okay, so in that light, it'll cost us some money, but it is what it is, just to get this army to go away. So what we'll do is delete you. We will join the zombies together, deleting one of them. We want to delete a doggo with 53. It's needed to go after the range units, which is the bigger problem here. Yeah, fine, maybe we do. As in, we do keep it, rather. Alright, let's do that. Another doggo, at the very least. Then we will perhaps go for... Do we need a couple of crypt ghouls in here? They are pretty cheap, and it's only for one turn. Fine, get a couple crypt ghouls. The zombies will hopefully hold the warp grinders. And then what we'll want to do is... Let's see, do we need more bats to fly in quickly and tie up the rattling guns? Maybe. How much do they cost to recruit? 245. Yeah, it's not really a concern. Hey, you know what? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. 3 zombies out. 2 more skellies in, or maybe 1 more skelly in and 2 more bats in. Yeah. Alright, and I do believe that's more than enough to take this, and then we'll use you to attack Xerixzil afterwards at the same time, so we do need to keep this army relatively decent. Morger, do you have enough in your army to attack Lucchini? No, you don't. There's no way. Alrighty, also you can get some stuff. The Hunger, or definitely Restless Dead, I think. Now you're going to be going for Doom Rider, but that's neither here nor there at the current time. So Invocation of the Heck, Raise Dead. And if we wanted to, yeah, let's get Wind of Death. It's just the best use of a skill point. And then we attack you, Brahm the Mad. It'd be nice to defeat... Oh, if we could get the defeat trait on this guy for Ikit, that would be great as well. Valiant defeat? I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it. Game is underestimating certain things, although the potential spellcasting will be annoying. We'll do this regular style, because I think this will be a much easier battle than the game is implying that it'll be, as the game tends to. As long as we can distract the enemy with zombies, it should be fine. It's not like they have an Ikit nuke here. Of course, the warp grinders are going to be a huge problem, but meh. They'll get surrounded and killed by our Lord over time, even if they don't get killed by the other units. Anyway, let's have you, Crypties. All right, here. And right here. Oh, an isolated unit of gunners. Well, isn't that just lovely? Let's get you guys here. And a doggo unit here. In fact, 2 units of doggos here. Capitalize on this isolated unit. And then we'll put a couple doggos... Ooh. On the other hand, we could put these doggos in the trees here, and then they'll be hidden at the very least. Alright, fine. Do this. Do this. Alrighty. And then we'll head towards those isolated units. You guys, your only purpose is to distract. And you can actually do this time around. Rather than supporting each other too much and getting all stuck in warp quakes, you'll do this. Then we will have you guys as the main wave together with our Lord, Group 1 and Group 3. And then I guess you guys can be Group 4. You guys can be Group 5. Alright, looks good to me. Group 2, group up and attack. Group 3, group up and attack. Group 1, move in. Black Perry apt immediately. All of you, charge, charge, charge. Try not to get too damaged. Kill those isolated range units ASAP, everybody. Alright, beautiful. And now it's just a matter of distracting them for long enough for our fast movers to do the work. Alright, these guys are already running. We'll be going after the other ones shortly, especially after the enemies have already used their abilities. Alright, ghouls, come down here. Alright, looks good to me. All of you, go after that rattling gun unit, and yeah, just a matter of distraction. Alright, get behind them, kill them. You guys good, good, good. And Lord, start, you know what? Pop a Wind of Death on the enemy Plague Monks. This is probably the best use that we can get out of it. Like so. Might clip these ones, but it might not. And, ow, damn, I forgot to send you guys in, my bad. Doggos, no, chase after that. Actually, there's no need, it's already dead. This army was in March stand, so there isn't actually technically any need to do this. Fortunately, these rattling guns are super fragile. Alright, looks like the Wind of Death did the work. The Plague Monks are basically dead already. And now it's just time to start working on those grinders, though perhaps go after the Grey Seer first. Now, look at all that spell work. Ooh, that one actually caught the ghouls. Damn, that's not what we wanted. Oh well. Couldn't do too much about that one. Alrighty, and are you trapped in a warp quake? Yeah, you're trapped in a warp quake. No, well. Nah, at least the warp grinders will slowly die. Now, anybody left alive? Ooh, I would like to actually heal up this unit of ghouls because they weren't supposed to be here. And doggos, go after that unit of ratlings. Alright, ghouls, surround and kill the enemy lord, or at least, you know, distract him. And then doggos. One by one, that unit is shattered, but those plague monks are actually coming back. Will charging them kill them? Let's hope so. Hit him in the back with some flyers as well. All the other flyers can stop doing what they're doing. And the ghouls look like they're killing warp grinders. Good. And let's get these warp grinders as well. Enemy lord is distracted. Flyers, get ready, form up and kill here, here, and here. I want the ghouls to stop chasing the warp grinders. Looks like that one is out. Looks like the Grey Seer is just about done as well. Too bad we don't have a Spirit Leech or anything like that. Looks like the Plague Monks are done as well. And the battle should be over now. Beautiful. Alright, well done, everybody. No losses, I believe, unless a couple zombie units die, but we don't care about those. And then we can send you to Xerixzil and then delete you afterwards. Perfect. Cost us a little bit of cash, but at least we don't have to deal with the dregs of the enemy armies here. Plus, we get more levels on Jos Stalberg, as he will also be an army. Though a little bit later, once we're back up to about 20k money. We're getting a lot of new territory, so we will need to build a lot of gibbets in the near future. I feel like Vlad has one of the most fun starts in the entire game. I know that I'm biased because Vamps are my favorite, but the fact is he's completely surrounded by potential enemies on all sides, which makes for a really fun game. You can dominate, because you're not going to attack immediately, so you'll heal up in our own territory anyway. That's not going to change. Now, what's the fastest route to Xerixzil? Oh, an Earthing Rod. Ally mission successful? Oh. I actually haven't checked ally missions in a few turns, and it doesn't matter because we have none. Oh, game. Why? Alrighty, you can raise another zombie to replace the one you lost. Not that I think that you need it, mind you. And then you can march stance all the way to Xerixzil fast as you can go. Take it, hopefully, before the Wood Elves get there. Lovely. And we'll see how Morger reacts to Rudy. Also, you're at level 8 now, which means in only 2 levels you're gonna get your Ordo Draconis. And you'll be able to get Blood Knights. Not that we'll be getting Blood Knights right now, because, you know, our money still needs to go back up to 20k, and it's taken a while. Okie dokie, so that's you guys. Now, let's do a little bit of admin. We've been neglecting it in favor of battles, which, you know, nothing wrong with that. Ooh, if you could assassinate this. This is a, yeah, this is a Slaneshi unit. Kill that, please. We really don't want it to start corrupting and force vassalizing Imrik. That would really hurt us.
Do you need fresh troops?
He's doing a good job currently. You can go back to Barg de Wazbag and then steal tech there. Next tech thief, you. Yes, you're the one that keeps trying to kill Shaif the Blade and consistently failing at it. And you shall continue. In my Boris campaign, one of the heroes failed so much I ended up naming that hero the Critical Failure, and they had to live with that. And they will be forever remembered as a critical failure. Anyway, even as that campaign comes to a close, Tech Thief, you are at 6, which is okay. On the other hand, if we keep doing this, we will keep annoying enemy faction. But then again, it's 600 gold per use, so it's a little bit too expensive. We'll hold off on it until you're back down to like 3 or something like that. Next Tech Thief, you are at 6 as well, so you can hold off. Hopefully you don't get assassinated. And next Tech Thief, you are at 3. You know, 3 isn't that much. Let's get you to actually use your thing. Oh, 700 gold. Lovely. On the bright side, though, we are very close to finishing up our research, so we will not be needing this much longer. Let's see, Zoltathios, Aldous, Maldwin, Roddy. Wait, you guys still have to attack, don't you? Yeah, wait, I swear that there was somewhere else that I also said that we had to attack, but now I'm kind of drawing a blank upon where it was. Oh, right, Bathilda. Wait, did I miss Bathilda here? Oh, yes, I did. Bathilda, you still have to fight Queek. Now, we may not necessarily, depending on how long the battle takes, have time to fight both Queek and assault Prague this particular episode, and I do think that the assault on Prague will be the more epic battle, so I suppose we can save the battle with Bathilda for next episode.
It is night.
This episode's already been battles aplenty, so let's leave some for next time. Let us have Aldous with his 5 Blood Knights, though wishing for a 6th. Now attack at Prague and destroy this faction for good. Let's fight this, obviously cinematically. Yeah. Alright, here we go, and I just noticed the massive carved Skaven heads on the rocks there. Man, I can't believe I must have seen this map dozens and dozens of times, and never did I notice that. Oh, that's so disappointing, because that's such a nice touch, and I love it. Can we go up here with the camera? Sort of. Come on. So close? No? Okay, can't go any higher. I wanted to see the Skaven head carving from a different angle, but isn't that just glorious? I love it. And I love this map in general. The lighting, it's very moody. Anyway, here we go. It looks like we've begun our first proper battle with Aldous' current army. And interestingly enough, I just had a thought that we should probably keep the Vargulf in here, as, well, we need something with the Siege Attacker trait, at least until we can get a Zombie Dragon for Aldous personally. Because then, obviously, the Zombie Dragon would have the Siege Attacker trait. So, yeah, maybe we'll keep you around for at least a little bit, though who knows how long that'll be. Probably not that long. He's, what, level 13-ish now? And you get the dragon at, what, 16, 18? Something along those lines? It's not 14, is it? I don't think so. I want to say 18. But ultimately, it's not that far away. And then we'll have the Siege Attacker trait. Looks like he's going to start fighting some halberd-wielding, or rather, storm vermin up here. Gonna send him flying. And of course, his model isn't large enough to actually send them off the walls, unfortunately, as he would be able to with that zombie dragon, so it's another reason to get that. Otherwise, we've split our army, essentially, with some of our Graveguard, or half our Graveguard, moving towards one gatehouse, and the other half to the other. They'll get through it as quickly as they can, and then we'll go into the enemy city proper. In addition to that, we summoned all those Blood Knights, and we are going to put them to use. 5 Blood Knights and 5 different gates. They're all going to head into the city from every possible gate that they can reach, and they will either capture points or kill things, depending on how we're feeling in that particular moment. Also, Rod is obviously going to come in as a support with all of his air force, such as it is. Obviously, the Vargeist are still temporary. Plus, we've got some Mortis engines and Crypt Horrors and Morngulls to play. We can send them through the gate, together with everything else. Also, unfortunately for the AI, the towers here only have the relatively weak, I think, arrow shots or whatever it is. So they're really not going to be all that threatening for all of our units, even as they move up. Alrighty, and Throt's going to be fighting our Vargul for a little bit, though we do have to be careful, because obviously he should be able to beat a Vargul without too much trouble, which is one of the reasons we summoned a unit of zombies, and we're going to give the Vargulf a little bit of a heal. And the rest of our Graveguard are now going to stream into the city, maybe get some fights in with some Storm Vermin. One of the nice things about Graveguard is that they have magical attack as standard, so they should be pretty decent against a lot of units, and deceptively decent, I should say, even though they are tier 2, especially demons. Alrighty, and it looks like Rod has landed. He wants another piece of Throt, though the two have fought before at least a couple of times. And now Throt has way less HP than Roddy does, so I do think that this is definitely in Rod's favor. Well, it's hard to get a proper angle on him. I still do wish that they kept that mechanic with duels, but oh well. And maybe not even necessarily every time, but occasionally duels would be nice. Ooh, and that was a nice pestilential breath through our ranks here. Should at least do some damage to our Grave Guard, though more and more units are streaming into the city, and it's not looking so good for the enemy. We've also landed our Air Force, our 2 Terrorgeists as well as our Vargeists, on top of the enemy Warp Lightning cannons, silencing them for good, or at least silencing one of them for good, and the other one should fall shortly. Aldous is of course commanding the other portion of the battlefield where he's a little bit surrounded by enemies, so this one might be a little bit more difficult. Though with the Mortis engine coming in and our Crypt Horrors, I don't imagine it'll be all that much. Anyway, we've also broken through the gates here and are going to travel into the enemy city in a few seconds, at least once I realize that the gates are broken and give everybody their orders. Looks like Rod is beating Throt pretty handily as well. Let's watch this portion of the battle. Mostly because we've seen Rod fight so many times and Aldous and his Graveguard army not so much. Gotta give them a little bit of a chance. Though I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty more of them later. Alright, everybody keep streaming into the city. There's the Graveguard. Some more goals moving really deep into the enemy formation. This one's really excited. And damn, quite a few of those enemy units are in scurry away quite quickly, though seeing that Mortis engine probably puts the fear of the Horned Rat into you. And there we go, and this is such a perfect position for the Mortis engine in a massive blob of enemies where it can dish out so much of that AoE damage. And Aldous now hovering overhead, I'd like to think commanding the battle from up there. Anyway, it looks like this gate is just about done. The enemy Storm Vermin are falling, and our Graveguard in pretty damn decent shape. Not a lot of model losses, even with the ones that have taken a little bit of damage. Good job. I guess they are getting the heals from the Mortis engine after all. And then, of course, Rod is going to continue going after Throt here. Chasing him down if he can, though it looks like Throt will run away for a second time. Why is the ground shaking right now? I have no idea. Must have been to from Throt or from Rod, but it doesn't matter. We shall give chase and maybe we'll pop a... there we go. Spirit Leech on him, and he's going to get trapped moving in. Will we be able to bring him down? Let's hope so. And come on, he's trapped. Get one more hit in there. Don't let him get through. Oh, and it looks like the Vargeist got him. Oh, wow, his explosion knocked one of the Vargeists away, though it didn't seem to have killed it, so I didn't know that it could do that. Anyway, let's check back on what the Blood Knights are doing. They've caught a few enemy clan rats and have, pretty handily destroyed them, though over on this side, they've managed to get themselves surrounded a little bit. A Packmaster has come in leading some Marauder spears, as well as clan rats and Skaven slave spears, so lots of spears, essentially, surrounding these units, plus the Packmaster dishing out additional damage and killing individual models, most likely. Oh, and even more clan rats gonna follow suit with the menace below. Alright, gonna have to be careful here. You know what, let's watch the Blood Knights a little bit. I think we've watched a lot of the other units that do a lot of work at this point. And I can never get enough Blood Knights anyway. Still would be nice to get those Foot Blood Knights available as well. As in the SFO ones. Not to worry though, reinforcements are coming, there are rats to kill, and there are more Blood Knights to help out. There we go. Charging into the side / the back of all those units, and I do imagine the summoned clan rats are going to be gone shortly, and this is way too many Blood Knights for you guys to deal with. Yeah, it would be nice if these Blood Knights did have a Mortis engine to follow along with them just to keep them healed up. Obviously, a regular Necromancer would be way too slow to ride along with them, but the Mortis engine does move at reasonably fast speeds. In fact, these guys move at 70, and the Mortis engine moves at 48. Not quite that fast, but it should be reasonably decent. Anyway, there we go. Just like that, the battle is over, and the last of Clan Moulder falls. Throt died, and the rest of his army followed suit fairly quickly. I actually think that the last holdouts might have been those units that were fighting the Blood Knights, because they were doing okay. They actually managed to kill 16 models here, though perhaps we can get a few heals up and get those back up and running. We shall see. No, it doesn't seem to want to move past this point, does it? Let's see, it's stuck at 5,400, even though we've... we haven't reached the healing cap, so shouldn't it go and resurrect dead combatants? Sometimes I'm not entirely sure what goes on with the invocation of Neheg, because yeah, you're at 45 out of 60 and 5,400 HP, which I take it is a fully healed unit. But why are combatants not being raised? We know for a fact that this should be able to raise them. Odd, yeah, and the healing cap goes down without a single unit back up. Odd, but not a big deal at the end of the day. Because I think with only 15 units dead, there's like a very good chance that they'll heal to full cure anyway, especially as we will conquer the place, because obviously it's Prague. There's pretty good reason to hold it, and thus we will heal to full or nearly full. Consequences, not so much. And losses, I think, not so much either, but let's check for sure. Alright, very nice, very nice. Very minimal losses, which is exactly what we wanted and the reason that we bothered to bring Rod here, rather than just have Aldous do it himself. He could have clearly won that, especially just judging by how well his army did before Rod came in, and in fact the lion's share of the kills clearly belong to Rod's army, and same with the damage. A few of the Blood Knights got hurt, but I imagine they'll heal to full here. And we're gonna occupy the place, and it should be the destruction of Moulder. And there we go, that's what we wanted. Hit points plus 10%. Hey, a Screaming Banner, not a bad pickup. The Opal Amulet we don't really care about, and neither the cart, but yes, Clan Moulder, done. I mean, I say yes, but it is still unfortunate that we won't be able to get anybody else that lovely 10% hit points defeat trait, but I guess we can't give it to every hero, much as we may like to do so. Now, just out of curiosity, would you become our vassal if we traded you Prague? Wow, not even close. Oh, actually, your chance to become our vassal is so damn low. The reason I really feel like we should get Kislev as our vassals is because I'm really not interested in getting all of these red uninhabitable wasteland territories and the yellow unpleasant frozen climate. I mean, there is so much that we can conquer that is pleasant to us. All of Nehekara basically should we go down there, and probably the rest of this jungle as well. Yeah, so jungle is suitable for us as well. And there's really no need to go for that, which is why I'd rather ally with Ulthuan and have Kislev take over Norska, if we can manage to do so. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll definitely give it a try. Otherwise, I don't believe there's anything else that we can do right now, or at the very least, not in the time we have left. So I'm gonna call this episode here. Next time, I do have to wonder, is Festus coming for us? Probably about time. I'm actually kind of shocked that these guys haven't declared war on us. It's a little bit unfortunate considering we're too friendly with them. And I'm kind of disinclined to kill Festus until he's killed or forced these guys to force Wissenland to confederate with Reichland. Reichland will always dislike us, for whatever reason. I'm not actually 100% sure why they hate us so much, considering we've been killing all of their enemies, but there must be some kind of massive aversion. Oh, they don't like the fact that we destroyed Karazakarak. Yeah, well, that was bound to happen. We kind of started off with destroying Karazakarak fairly early. So, yeah, well, early-ish. Anyway, as I said, calling it here. Next time, Bathilda will begin the episode by fighting against Queek. We were also going to move up towards Ekrund with Zoltathios and hope to get a battle going with him. Pete will hopefully take out Black Crag and destroy the Karak Azul dwarfs for good, while these two continue their march northward to the hopefully subjugation of Kislev and maybe a few Norscan battles, if they can manage it. Vlad, I think, is probably done here and is gonna get ready to head somewhere else, though he might stop on by and raise or sack a few territories if he feels like it. We'll see if there's value to doing so before we go south and deal with Festus. Otherwise, Rudy will probably be destroying the clan Scryer Skaven as well, and of course these two. Maldwin and Yosar temporary armies will be taking care of the rest of the Bloody Hands here, though they once again are temporary and we will be deleting them in favor of building up our empire. We're going to be needing a lot of money really soon in order to build up all of the new territories that we've got. I mean, look at all this that we recently got. We're about to get a lot more. This also all needs building. And there's probably something here that will need to be built, though a decent amount of it will be given to our allies. Now, I'm really enjoying this campaign. Anyway, more to come. Stay tuned for more. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.